We are Philm, and you're watching
Rome by Wild.
So thank you very much for being here and agreeing the interview, of course, and welcome to Rome.
Thank you.
First of all, let's talk about the film project and
The film band.
The film band, yeah.
Yes.
How was the band born, and how was the lineup ended to be the actual lineup?
Well, Gerry and I have known each other since 95 or 94, and we had film early on, but we never really, focused on the band. And I had other projects, and my direction was all screwed up, and so we did some shows back in '95 through 2000, and then we didn't continue working together for a while, for probably 8 years, and then Tom Araya, the bass player singer for Slayer, he had problems with his neck because he was headbanging too much, and so I said, I have a lot of time now, let's work. So I couldn't find the bass player, the original bass player, which I'm glad I didn't, because I found Pancho Tomaselli. Lombardo Tomaselli Nestler.
Yeah. We're like the first Latin American Italian
rhythm section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lombardo Tomaselli, that sounds good. Yeah. Anyway.
Nestler. And so we've been working since 2008 together, and we released our first album May 15th of last year, and we're working on a new album now. May, June, we're going into the studio, we're recording it, and maybe release it at the end of 2013. We don't know. I can't promise anything, but we're hoping.
And which are the main artists that the band got influenced by?
Artists?
Artists or sounds?
It's
Maine.
the main, yeah.
The Maine. That would not exist.
We could stay here for 2 weeks telling you all the names that we think have influenced our
life,
our
yeah.
lives,
Because you see, we really can't pinpoint what film is, because I'm influenced by different artists and different musicians. He's influenced by different artists and musicians, and so is he. The thing I love about Gerry is the fact that he has his own sound, his very distinguished guitar sound, and I like that. If I wanted a heavy metal guitar player, I would, easy. How many heavy metal guitar players are there?
Gary.
I'll call Kerry, yeah. But
Gary.
Gary, not Kerry. And then Gerry, he has just this very unique style, and he's a wonderful songwriter. He's a brilliant songwriter. He's a brilliant piano player, and for me, he's a very talented musician. And Pancho as well, his playing in the band War, which he introduced himself to me at a drum clinic that I was playing. And I researched him when I was looking for a bass player, and I screamed, I think, I found him, I know he is. I called him up, dude, I know this guy, he's gonna do it, he's good, I know it. And when I called him and he came into the band, it was perfect. It was a perfect match.
We went for Ecuadorian food.
Yeah.
When we met the first time, I asked him if he ate pork.
And I said yes.
And he's like, hell yeah, I'm like, let's go.
Let's go, we're friends, that's it, we ate pork,
And what about the composition of the songs? How do you find your lyrics and sound and?
It's easy, actually.
Lyrics.
Yeah, but they just sort of come, as a setting to the music itself, because film is absolutely really the essence of it, or the foundation of it, is really the playing amongst the musicians, the three of us. Everything kind of stems from that. So lyrics would be stemming from a setting that the music would provide.
In other words, actually the structure of how we write is simply hit record, smoke some weed, and just play everything. Not him, he doesn't, or him either. And just play and let it all out. And because we have technology now, there's no tape, we can just record for 3 hours straight. And then Dave Lombardo Jr., who's our production engineer guy, he'll go into his house for some stuff and patch things together and puts them, and then presents it to the band. And if we like it, we relearn it. and then we do songs like that, or we just, you know, someone comes up with something and shows it to the guy, and everybody puts. There's no songwriters in the band. It's a band, you know. I mean, we're all songwriters in our own right, but for this band, it's all a third, you know, because I cannot say, Dave, can you play the drums like this? Or he can't say, Gerry, do this. I mean, you know, sometimes we'll hear it, like a
Hey, try this,
yeah,
try that.
Held in Light, that song that is online right there. It starts with a bass line. I was just fucking around with a bass line. This guy came from the other side of the room screaming, "That's it! Stop! Don't change!" Hey, and get on the drum and got the beat to it. And that's how shit happens. You know? I don't think you can plan good music.
No, especially with us, everything is so spontaneous, and it comes from the heart. If we feel something if we hear something and it sounds good to us, like for example the bass line that he played, like I said, I'll run into the room and I'll say, "Stop! Keep playing that. We love that," or "I love that," and I'll play a drum beat to it, and he'll go, "Ah, okay," and he'll come up with something, and there we have the song. That's it. So we have the basic structure. So this is a band. I think this is the way music's supposed to be created, because some of the most fantastic records in history, let's say Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, the history of the band has stated that we were in that room together and we were creating together. It wasn't one guy coming in, "Hey, I got a new song, here it is," and oh, he's the songwriter. No, this is what I think is supposed to be the true essence of a band, and it's musicians collaborating and creating. And then that's why you have one band name. Otherwise, it'd be Dave Lombardo y los Films.
Y los Films, or yeah.
You know, but it's not like that. Los Films. And so it's not like that.
Was the band Philm in your mind when you played with Slayer, or it was a project you got after the playing with the band Slayer?
Well, I played with Slayer for 10 years. I left Slayer for 10 years. Within the 10 years I left Slayer in 95, because I wasn't in Slayer from 92 till 2002. So in 95, Gerry and I got together, and I forgot, but I lost the question. I'm sorry.
If the band was formed in the same time you were playing with Slayer?
No,
or after?
It was formed after the first split up from Slayer. And then I got back together with Gerry during Slayer, because I knew Tom Araya's getting old, Kerry King's getting, you know, hungry, and, you know, we just, you know, that's just, I just needed something to do. I gotta work, I gotta play. I'm a drummer.
Hold on, you're an artist.
I'm an artist.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Dave is not just a drummer, because drummers just go and play the gig and do whatever
everybody else tells him to do.
Dave always digs in to get the appropriate drum beat, you know, and that's a pleasure for me as a bass player. You know, I had the opportunity to play with some unbelievable drummers, you know, and some of them are drummers, and some of them are artists, and Dave is an artist. You know, I don't see him as a drummer anymore. You know.
Yeah, because I could sing.
He can sing. He can play the piano.
Wow.
He can play bass. He played bass, piano.
I'll never forget one day I sang some song. He goes, "Wow, you have notes."
Yeah, like, because you know, not a lot, but like drummers, most of drummers can't sing for shit, because they're banging pots and pans all day long. So, but I was playing something, he started singing. I'm like, wow, you can carry a tune, you know, and that's very.
He plays harmonica.
I play harmonica.
and he cooks a mean roasted pork. Some things that you guys never heard, probably.
Yeah. Oh no, they probably have.
It's good, you know. We as a band, we spend a lot of time together. Sometimes we spend more time drinking coffee than actually playing music, and just hanging out. You know, we go to Santa Monica and rent a couple bikes with our families, with his kids and my wife and my kids, and we just drive the bikes and be friends, and then go rehearse and have a life.
Find
you know?
Gerry, and it's like, "Hey, where's Gerry? I don't know. He should be here. Where's
Yeah.
Gerry? Oh, there he is." And we'll
Yeah.
go to rehearsal, and
Gerry is the I always see him. He's like the light Have you seen those fishes that are under in the underground? Really, that have like a little light here. Me and him are the fish, and he's the little light here. You know what I'm saying? He guides. He's the guide to me.
What about your other side projects like Grip Inc., which had the problem with the singer, of
With the
course.
singer, yeah, he passed away.
Have you ever thought about having another singer?
Yeah, I mean, I did, and I still do, but at this moment right now, it's still an ongoing idea, because what I would like to do is bring in Casey Chaos from Amen and see how he would work with Grip Incorporated. And then, if it does work, do some shows with Grip Incorporated and Philm together, you know. And maybe Valdemar Sarikta's other band, which is Enemy of the Sun, bring those, do a small little tour, and see what it's like. But right now, my focus is Philm.
So we're not seeing a sequel of Suspended Animation either?
Oh, whoa, whoa. Well, that's always a possibility. You know, I've spoken to Patton, and there is a possibility, but he's busy with Tomahawk and Mondokane and all these other bands. So I just leave him, and when he's ready, he calls me or texts me. Dave, what do you? Hermano, abrazo. You know, it's great. It's good.
Since we work with many brand new bands, I'd like to ask you, how did you approach your instrument, and what's the advice you could give the brand new bands to fit in the music business?
There's a lot of advice here for being in the music business. I don't know about the instrument part, because
Well, just keep it real, man. You know, and be honest to yourself. You know, play what you like. Play what you love.
what you love, and don't try to copy everybody else.
And don't be afraid to make money out of it too. You know, don't get caught up in the bullshit of being I'm an artist. I don't do it for the money. Well, you're gonna fucking be hungry really soon. You know,
Yeah.
so
You have to do it.
So this is our craft. Like carpenters, they build furniture and they don't give it away for free. They sell it. This is our craft. We are a family man, you know, and then we go out there, and this is what we do as our careers, you know. So my advice is for those kids to just keep an open mind about making money. You know?
Make something different. Don't follow what other artists are doing, because they already did it. Why are you going to follow the same shit? Do something different.
Imagine you're studying art, and then for your fucking final, you do an exact copy of the Mona Lisa, and you're like, this is the shit. And then you give it to your teacher, you're gonna go like this.
F.
You know?
Yeah. You got to create.
Put some beer on that bitch, you know?
Yeah. Or a hookah pipe. Give her a hookah.
Yeah, a big fat junk. You know, that's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, you have to just be original, because I'm starting to hear a lot of music sounding the same, and it's sickening. I'm tired of it. I could just put the CD on. Hey, what do you think? It sounds like the other band that I just heard. No, it sounds different. No, sounds the same to me. So just be different. You know, create. Be an artist.
And can you tell us anything about the big changes in the music business in the last 2 decades?
Well, the internet has destroyed the music business. The music business has had to learn how to change direction in, you know, promoting, kind of recreating the sales of music to the people, because now people aren't buying CDs, which I don't understand why they don't buy CDs and albums, because the CD, not only the music speaks what the artist is, but when you buy a CD, that has the lyrics, where it was recorded, who worked on the record, who are they thanking. There's a lot more to the band than just the song on what is it called? iTunes.
Yeah.
You know, that you press buy.
Yeah.
What are you buying? You know, just sound. You're not buying the real band, you know. So I just feel that, you know, the music business has changed like that. So the music industry has had to try to, you know, recreate itself in promoting and selling music.
Yeah, well,
that's the most difficult part, because I've seen it. Slayer was selling, you know, really well until, you know, 92, 93, the internet and the web, the World Wide Web, you know, record sales started going down. And it's like, wow, what's going on here? You know, it was shocking.
it was like a double-edged sword, I think, because
It helps in a lot of
the
ways.
same way it destroyed the labels, which was great because they were very abusive. It brought a big wave of independent labels and independent artists that realized that they can do it on their own. Don't ask for money from a label, which is just a bank. What they're doing is giving you money and they'll charge you $1.50 per dollar. You know, so it's like a bank. You're borrowing money. So instead of doing that, just do it yourself. Package it, put it online, and get some help from now a big label like a big distributor to help your sales. But I think it did destroy the music business, but it did help on other ways. You know, Facebook is great, Twitter is great. You know, for bands like us, because we're worldwide. So we're gonna be talking to you probably next week on Twitter and saying hello and all that. You know, which is very good. You know, keep the fans together.
Yeah, it's a good relationship. I think the internet has also helped, like he says. You know, the relationship between the artist and the people.
Yes.
You have a connection now. I mean, I could sit there and talk to him and ask him a question, you know, whatever it is, or just tell him what I feel or what I'm doing. And I think that's great, because when I was a kid and I would listen to, let's say, Kiss, you know, I remember writing a letter to Peter Criss. Did he answer me? No. Which is okay. It probably got in a whole bundle of mail, you know, like they always got. But on the internet, there's always a chance that somebody will press like, or somebody will answer you, thank you, or something.
Or
and
retweet, or
a
favorite,
retweet, or a favorite, and it
Absolutely.
feels good. I think it's great. So
Especially now with all this incidents of all this bullshit, like we can see worldwide that Dave Lombardo is Dave Lombardo regardless what band he plays in. We walked through Greece the other day. People in scooters are saying, "Hey Dave, hey Dave." We arrived to Germany and the customs officers, "Hey Dave," you know. And so I think internet has given Dave a chance to talk the truth to his fans of what really is going on, and that's why the fans are appreciative. Back in the day, a record label would have grabbed their publicists to talk all the shit about the artist and put it to the fans and turn the fans against them, but no. Now we have the options that at a press of a button he can talk to 3 million people, you know, at once. So
it's good.
it's all good.
Okay, that was the last question. Thank you very much for answering our question.
Thank you, Ron.